Today I'm going to make chocolate orange cheesecake. So for this you're going to need around about 15 digestives. So I've got different types of biscuits here, some gluten-free ones there which I'm going to be using as a base, and then I'm also going to make another one. So I'm going to do 2 cheesecakes today with this. You're then going to need 6 tablespoons of melted butter, so I'll just put that into the microwave and I can melt that down. And about 400 grams of cream cheese. Use some grated zest, so I'm going to grate these down. And then I'm going to be using caster sugar, around about 100 grams of caster sugar, 3 tablespoons of milk, and then I'm going to be using one of these whole ones of double cream. So this is 300 mils of double cream, and I'm going to whisk that up so I get to the consistency that I want, and then that'll all be mixed together. So I'm going to be using this machine to crumb the biscuits, but if you haven't got this machine, what you do is just get yourself a bag. Carrier bag is absolutely fine, just make sure it's clean inside. Put the biscuits in there, and then you can just use a rolling pin or anything heavy, so you can just smash it like that and make it into a crumb. So this is just for speed and ease. So just turn this on and just let it just crumb it down. That's my biscuits crumbed, and I just took a couple of moments just to break them down in the machine. Next thing I'm going to do is add some butter. I've melted the butter, and I'll just add a little bit of that at a time. Just mix that in. You don't need too much, it's just so it sticks it together. And then the next stage will be to put it into the tin and put it into the fridge and let that harden up in the fridge for a couple of hours. So I'll put the crumb into my tin now, and I'm just going to press that down so it stretches it right the way up into the corners. Please remember that with any cheesecake you don't have to use digestive biscuits. You can use any biscuits that you've got to hand, and it just then increases the flavour of the base. Once that's pressed down, then we'll put that into the fridge and let that harden. So my base is in the fridge now, and they're setting. So the next stage is to sort out the filling. As I said, it's chocolate orange, so I've got my oranges here, and I'm just going to show you how to segment the orange. And then what we'll also do is we'll keep the juice of that so that we can then use that for the filling as well. So you'll have that chocolate with the orange in there, some orange zest and some orange juice, and then the segmented orange will go on top, and that'll be a nice decoration. So to segment the orange, I'm just going to take the bottom of it and the top. All of these bits here, I'll just squeeze so we get that juice from the orange, so you don't waste that, and that's really good, nice flavours. And then all I do is just use my knife skills, I just cut around the orange, just taking off the peel. Just like that. And you'll see there's a little bit of the orange in there. We'll just squeeze that into the bowl as well. We'll just do that for the rest of the orange. Turn it over and just make sure you haven't missed anything on the bottom. And then, if you look on the orange, you've got the little segments there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut just one side of that segment, go to the other side of it, cut it again, and that segment will then come out without any of the pith, which is the white stuff. So we just do that to the rest of the orange, and then that's going to be your decoration. Whatever's left we'll pour into here, and then we'll have ourselves some nice juice. The base is in the fridge, and I've now completed sorting out the orange. So I've segmented it, and this is now all the peel. I've just put that through the machine, but you can just slice that with your knife or use a zester for that. I've whisked the cream up to the consistency that I'd like. And then the next stage is the cream cheese. So I put the cream cheese into a bowl, and I've mixed it, or I'm mixing it with the chocolate, and I've also put sugar in there. Just mix that around till it's a nice colour and consistency. Then we're going to add that to the cream. and that'll make your chocolate. And then of course we'll add the orange to that to make it the chocolate orange. So just into your bowl now, put the cream cheese, and we're going to fold that in. We're not going to mix it because you don't want to over mix the cream. And just fold that in there. And then some of this orange juice and the zest. So that's the mix complete, and I'm just going to put that onto there and then just spread that out. You do this to the thickness that you want and make sure it's nice and equal. So we'll just spread that out now. So that's my cheesecake all nicely smoothed out. And I'm just going to take my orange segments and I'm just going to place them around the cheesecake. So it just gives it a nice decoration on top. Just like that. The final touch that I'm going to do, now you may not have this at home, so it's completely understandable if you don't use it. You don't need it. This is just a gelatine glaze. So what I've done is I've melted some gelatine, still quite hot as you can see from the steam coming out. And I'm just going to pour this over the top of the cheesecake. Now that'll set like a jelly on top of it. And I'm just going to put that in the fridge now to set. And this is the chocolate orange cheesecake, all set and ready to eat.